to, I don't even know what week we're on today, but welcome to the Mums That Made It Happen call. Excited as always to do these calls, and I'm really grateful that you guys have taken the time out to watch and listen to this call. Hopefully you will find some inspiration out of our stories that we share with you today. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Claire Black, and I've been part of the Juice Plus company for 6 years now. To say it has transformed my life is a massive, massive understatement, and it's one of the reasons why I'm so passionate to help other mums in particular change their life and make you realise, you know, what is available to you. I'm going to take you back to the beginning of my journey in 2013. I was in a really crappy mindset. Now that it was more of a depression. Oh, sorry, can I just get everyone just to mute themselves? That's it, perfect. But I know now what I was suffering was with depression, but at the time I just thought my life was falling to pieces. We had not long been burgled. Somebody had taken out 16 loans in my name. My identity had been stolen, and I turned 30 all in the space of 4 weeks. So I was just walking around like, excuse my French, I hope there's no kids here, but fuck my life. It was awful. I didn't want to get out of bed in the morning. I didn't want to be around my children. And I think that's the toughest thing for me, because for quite a long period of time, that was in May 2013 and right up until March 2014, I just hated being a mum. Like, I didn't want to be around the kids because I was irritable all the time. And I remember taking down to school, I was really struggling with his behaviour, and I remember taking him to school and just wanting someone to run me off the road because I was in such a black hole. And this went on, like I said, from May 2013 right up to March 2014, and I just had my enough is enough moment. And I remember, and I know you guys will resonate with this, because as women we always think if we change how we look from the outside, then everything from the inside is going to be okay. And I just thought to myself, if I'd lost a little bit of weight, maybe I'd feel a little bit better. Like, my diet was horrific. I lived off takeaways and crap. And in fact, on my memories on this day 7 years ago, a few weeks back, I was eating a hot dog for breakfast from the newsagent, like at my desk at work, and my diet was really bad. The most water I would drink would be brushing my teeth. The most fruit I would get would be a cocktail on a Friday night. I knew nothing about nutrition, and I remember seeing a friend of mine.
These girls, listen to it. It's inspirational. I actually want.
Sorry, I remember seeing a friend of mine.
Claire's muted. I'm just going to mute everyone, Claire, sorry, and then I'll unmute you. Just that way, people sometimes don't realise that they're unmuting. You should be back now.
Oh, yeah, yes, thank you. I remember seeing a post on Facebook through a friend of mine who actually, by her own admissions, was normally quite a miserable, negative person. And she just had seemed really different. And I said to her, you know, what are you doing? She's like, I've just changed my diet and I feel great. So I was like, right, send me the information. She wasn't selling it, by the way. She put me in touch with a girl whose brand was Let's Get Skinny. So I was like, right, sign me up to that. I'll have a bit of that. And honestly, within 3 weeks, everything changed for me. I started 10 days detox, 10 days on the shakes. And I just felt like I had me back. Like, I wanted to get out of bed in the morning. I wanted to be around the kids. And I remember saying to Damo, babes, the kids have been really good today. And he was like, babes, they're always like this. It was you were just so narky and irritable. And I know now it was because I was eating crap. And, you know, I don't want to sound all Gillian McKeith, and that's not the point of this call, but when you eat shit, you will feel like shit. And I never made the link between the two. And, you know, I joined initially just to lose a few pounds. I never, ever, ever anticipated quite how much my mental health would improve. So I did what this girl did. I was telling everybody about it. And I guess it's a bit like when you go to the cinema, or if you go to have a good meal out somewhere, you put it on your social media. The difference is, you know, we get paid to do that. So the girl who I was passing all the referrals to, she was like, you should just join the business. And I'm like, never done any sales before. She's like, well, you're kind of doing it already. So I'm like, right, okay, I'm going to talk to Damo about it. Damo was dead set against it. He was like, it's one of them pyramid schemes, don't do it. So obviously me being me, I'm like, right, he said no, I'm going to do it. The rebel in me thought better of it. And I'm so grateful I did, because within 3 months, my life again transformed. I went from, again, I'm sure some of you guys will be able to resonate with this, you know, we'd get paid on, for example, on a Friday, and I'd be skint again on a Saturday. It was just a vicious circle of trying to chase the bills and make sure everything's paid, and go into a shop and mentally calculating how much money I had in my bank account after I'd made certain transactions, like going to fill up with diesel. I shared it on my Facebook the other day. Now, I'm not embarrassed to say it, but, you know, there was a time in my life when a week before payday, I would have no money, and I'd go and fill my car up because I needed petrol to get to work, and I'd pretend I'd forgotten my wallet, so then I didn't need to pay it, and they'd give you a 7-day wonder, so you could then come back in 7 days to pay it. Like, that's how I live my life, like constantly chasing money. And so, yeah, like within 3 months, I was able to go part-time in my job. It literally came out of me just sharing how amazing the products were. And it was really easy because the products honestly gave me back. So that was just a natural progression. But I went from always using childminders and babysitters and favours from people because I couldn't afford a full week of childcare, to being able to go and pick Dan up from school. You know, I'd never done a school run. I went back to work when Dan was 5 months old. He was 7 years old by the time I started this business, and I'd never ever picked him up from school. And, you know, I remember picking him up, and I didn't tell him I was picking him up, and he was just like, "Mummy, why are you here?" He thought something had happened, and I was like, "Surprise, this is what Mummy's going to do now." And he was saying to like all his friends, "That's my mum." Like, no one had met me, no one had seen me, because he always had somebody else different picking him up. And then that night, you know, I'd already kind of realised quite how amazing the company was and how amazing the business was, because I was able to drop my hours because I was earning enough money to drop my childcare. But I remember putting him up to bed, and I remember climbing into his bunk bed and reading him a bedtime story, and he was like, "Mummy, what are you doing?" Because I was following him up the ladder. I said, "Budge over, I'm going to read you a story." And as we were reading the story, we were chatting. I came down after reading his story and came down the bunk bed, and he said, "Mummy, you're just like a proper mum now." And for me, that was the moment when I realised it was more than money, it was more than these products, it was just the time to be able to spend with my child. I had one child at the time, without any restrictions. I remember coming home from the childminder at 6:30 and doing dinner, bath, bed by 7:30, and then getting on with everything I'd forgotten in the day. And now I actually had the time to do it. And, you know, I actually felt a bit angry with myself that I'd gone this long being dictated to how, when I could put my child to bed, and whether I got to read my child a bedtime story. And that's what this business has given me. It's given me such a freedom. You know, that was 5 years ago when I was able to do that. This is 6 years on now. We've just moved into our dream home, and, you know, it's not all about the big monetary things, but for us to be homeowners when we've struggled for so many years, to be able to buy a dream home in our dream area and to be able to say yes to so much more is absolutely priceless. And now I have the privilege of helping other mums do exactly the same. So hope you guys have had a little bit of inspiration from that. The story is real. The story continues every day, and I love it. Like, there are things every single day I write down what I'm grateful for, and it's all because of this business, because I said yes, and because I found a product which I absolutely I live and breathe that product. I'm never ill. I have the most energy. My kids are never poorly. They've just got their mum back, and it's allowed me to be the mum I never knew I wanted to be, and I'll forever be grateful for that. So if you're watching this and you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, or you're sick and tired of being broke, there isn't a better opportunity out there. There aren't better products. Our products are insane. And I just want to pass you over to my gorgeous Emma Caren Wilson. I like to call her Mark Fowler. She is the fruit and veg queen. And she's just going to share a little bit about why the products worked for her so much and how they can work for you. So, Em, could you just unmute yourself, please?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, thank you.
So I would love to come on camera, but my 8-year-old daughter accidentally cartwheeled over my bed and kicked a full glass of water over my laptop, so the camera's not working very well. So, but you can hear me okay, right?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so thank you for sharing your story. It always makes me feel really motivated, and it's amazing how you've changed your life, and you should be bloody proud of that new house. So I, like Claire, have been on the products for a long time. I've been involved with Juice Plus for 8 years this year, which seems absolutely crazy. 8 years of my life. I found out about it on Facebook. I was looking to lose some baby weight. I was a new single mum, and I found this product, and I realised that by taking 2 shakes a day, I could be better off financially and in my body. So I just said yes, and literally that one decision has transformed my life over the last 8 years. But the reason that I took the products is probably the most powerful thing about my story to me. So Juice Plus Complete is it's a plant-based shake that can be used for breakfast, for snacks, for like healthy. My kids have it now. Healthy snacks, healthy breakfasts, pre and post workout, meal replacement. But they are wheat, dairy, and gluten free, and they are made up of a pea protein, and they have other fruits and vegetables in them, and they come in the flavors chocolate and vanilla. But the reason they were so powerful to me is because 8 years ago we weren't on this vegan movement. You couldn't go to Starbucks and get yourself a coconut latte. Everybody still had lots of cow's milk in their diet, and my daughter was born with a significant cow's milk allergy that had hospitalized her, and this was the only product on the market that I could take that was, number one, safe for breastfeeding, because we're still breastfeeding at the time, and number two, it was dairy free. So I was literally astounded and blown away by this from day one. I started taking it. I lost 10 pounds of baby weight in 2 weeks. I just started to feel amazing. And what you said earlier, Claire, is so true. Like, what you put into your body definitely makes a difference on how you feel. If you eat shit, you feel shit. If you eat good, you feel good. And that really started to show for me straight away. So I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about some of the products that we retail with Juice Plus. So the shakes are were always my favourite. They come in chocolate and vanilla flavour. The reason we only do those flavours are the only 2 flavours that you can make without having to add any other unnatural ingredients, because they come directly from the vanilla pod or from the cocoa. Is if you make a strawberry shake, it has to be synthetically modified, and our shakes are not synthetic. So they come in chocolate and vanilla. They can be used post workout. They're plant protein. My husband's a personal trainer. He uses them every single day. My kids have them for breakfast. Mum hack, learnt from Claire to chuck some frozen cauliflower in there, and they don't have a clue. And then you know that your kids have had an amazing breakfast with raw vegetables in it, and you feel great. I felt great sending my kids off to school with that this morning. So that's my first product I'm going to talk about. I know it's really weird me talking when I haven't got my camera on, so I'm really sorry. Can you hear me all right, Claire? Oh, can everyone hear me?
Yeah, sorry, I thought you could see me. Yeah.
Oh, okay, fab. All right then. So then what I learned was actually Juice Plus was just so much more than these complete shakes. It came from a conversation on a plane about back in the 80s, everyone was using juicers and juicing fruits and vegetables to get what they thought was the best part of the fruit and vegetable. And what we realised, or I wasn't there obviously in the 80s when they had this conversation, but what they learned from this conversation was that when you juice fruits, you get all the juice and you leave all the good bits like the pulp behind. So they came up with this like ingenious idea. What about if we get a way of getting the pulp and all the best bits of the fruit, not just the juice, and making a way that we can take it? And that's how Juice Plus premium capsules were like conceived as it was. So they are now, they're the number 1 selling product for us. They are literally, for me, it's just an absolute genius. It's like a steal in a product. So Juice Plus grow all their own fruits and vegetables. So when you go and get your mangoes or cherries or whatever fruit you decide to buy at the supermarket, that's why Claire calls me Mark Fowler, because I sell fruit and veg. When you go and get that mango that you pick, or that banana, wasn't grown in England, unfortunately. It might have come from Jamaica or somewhere in the Caribbean, and it was picked way before it was ready. And then it was shipped across the world, and it sits in your supermarket completely unripe. And I can't even use my hands to count the amount of times we've got a banana and it's still green and it's ripening in my fruit bowl, or we get a mango and actually it never ripens and it goes moldy before it's soft enough to eat. And that's just because it was picked way too early. And that's how, the consumer market works with fruits and vegetables now. Unfortunately, that happens an awful lot. So Juice Plus works a bit differently. So they grow all their own fruits and vegetables, and they pick them at their peak performance, like the best time when they're ripe. They freeze dry them, they extract the water and keep the pulp and all the best bits. They also extract the fructose, which is the sugar, and then they encapsulate it, and you take 2 of these capsules every day into your body, and there's 30 different types of fruits, vegetables and berries in them. Things that, you know, before 2 or 3 years ago, didn't even know what kale was. Now I know it's quite fashionable now to eat kale, but there's kale in there, there's all different berries, fruits. So I take 2 of those every single day, and honestly, we have 30 gold standard studies done by universities around the world that show how amazing they are. But once you take them, they transform you. And not even just from the outside, like, you know, we live in a world where we really want instant results from stuff, but knowing that the inside of my body, you know, that my cells are doing better because my immune system is functioning better, because we've got proof from scientific studies that the function of the immune system, like the healthy function of the immune system, is affected by the capsules. It helps to sustain that. You know I'm looking after myself from the inside out. So that's the second product I wanted to talk about. That's the premium capsules, fruits, vegetables and berries in a capsule that you take every single day. They also do a child's version. So what they realise is, well, this is great. We've got loads of healthy adults. What about the kids? What are we doing? And we know that kids eat a lot less fruits and vegetables than they used to. They eat a lot more fast food. So Juice Plus came up with the idea of let's do a kids version. So they do a chewy kids gummy or capsules for children, and you can actually get these free when you buy an adult's portion, which is amazing. My kids take them every single day. And as a mum, I just feel like they really give me a confidence about my children's health. Like, they don't get colds and coughs. And even though I have one daughter who has an autoimmune disease and another who has a really severe egg allergy, so I feel like they're a bit weaker sometimes. I feel really confident about their health because I look after them from the inside. So they take these chews every day, but when you take the chews, you get asked to fill in a questionnaire just to give some results. There's over 1 million families that take this now, and kids drink more water. The results are showing that they go to the doctor less, they're doing better at school, they have better attendance, they're taking less over-the-counter medications, they're making healthier food choices, which is just an amazing thing to see. They're drinking more water, they're drinking less fizzy drinks. I mean, my kids don't drink fizzy drinks, so fortunately I've never even had to worry about that, but lots of kids do, and they're choosing to drink water, and they're being more aware of their health. And they're also, if they're overweight, which is a problem, obesity in children is rising, the children are losing that weight naturally. So overall, it's just an amazing thing to add to your family's life. And I think during the pandemic, everyone's become a lot more aware of their health, because if you do have a slightly weakened health, you've been made aware of that by the government over and over and over again. You need to shield, you need to protect yourself. So health's become a big priority for a lot of us. So Claire, do you want me to go on to talk about others, or should we just leave it there today?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Thank you for that. I love listening to you talk about our products. They're amazing. I have them with me in the car. I need to take mine this morning. But yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there. Like, with the pandemic that's happening at the moment, you know, there's never been a more relevant time to take stock of your health. And I think we're really fortunate to be in a position to have the solutions to 2 of the world's biggest problems. You know, people need to get healthy, and aside from the weight loss before and afters and stuff you see, obviously losing weight will make you healthy, but our product is primarily a health product, and it's absolutely incredible for boosting your immune system, increasing your energy, increasing your metabolism, curbing cravings, you know, everything that compounds to amazing gut health, which is amazing for your health and your mental health. So I absolutely love them. It's the same with the business. You know, people need a plan B. If you're on this call and you've been recommended by somebody, we have the answer. You know, you don't need to go and leave your children. You can work around your children. I remember when I first joined, I built my business whilst I was working full time. I was the epitome of the busy mum. I still don't know my arse from my elbow most days, but I managed to fit it in. And you know, it's just a sheer love of the products which has enabled me to create a really big team of women who are so passionate about helping other people change their health. So, you know, I want to touch very slightly on the business side of things now. The compensation plan is amazing, and I want to give a massive shout out to Emma. I was going to say Emma Caren, then Emma Caren Wilson, for being a massive inspiration to me. You know, we have an incredible compensation plan which allows you to pick up £119,000 in bonuses. Emma has smashed through all of those, and she managed to get her way into our Millionaire Mama Club. So huge well done for that, my darling. You've been one of our elite millionaire club members for quite a few years now. So just to show you what exactly is possible, you know, we're just regular mums doing extraordinary things with our lifestyle by helping other people change their lifestyle. So from a point of view of commissions, we get paid on absolutely everything. What we do is we love a product and we share it, and we love a business and we share that. We get paid on absolutely everything. There's no minimum sales to process. So if you share one shake and you sell one shake, you get paid for that. If you sell 100, you get paid from that. The cap, there's no cap on our earnings. I literally can't speak. I'm in my car. It's so bloody hot. There's no cap on our earnings, which is what I love about it. So the possibility to earn is limitless. The franchise itself costs just £50. That £50 gets you your own online office, which enables you to place orders globally. We're in 27 different countries at the moment, and we've got plans to expand. We're looking to expand into Mexico, Portugal, Asia at some point as well. But we're currently in the whole of Europe, UK, Ireland, New Zealand, Australia, America, Canada, Dubai. We are literally global. So if you can get Wi-Fi, you can definitely get a business. There's no stock to buy. There's no deliveries to make. It's literally just sharing your story and other people's stories, and then becoming the customer service part of it, like giving that customer the best experience so that actually then they start telling their friends. And that's exactly how it works. It's like the word of mouth marketing, like I mentioned to you earlier. You go and watch a good film, you go and eat a nice dinner, and you put it on your social media. Difference is we pay you for that. So that is it in a nutshell. We do all our training online, which is again really relevant right now because we can't go anywhere. However, when lockdown is lifted and prior to the pandemic, we do amazing events. And for me, I think that's another thing that I really underestimated was the social side and the part of the friendships. You know, I think as mums, it can be really lonely and it can be really isolating, but this has given me the bestest friends, people that I would never ever have come into my life before this business. And you're surrounded by people who are inspirational, you're surrounded by people who are positive, you are surrounded by people who dream more, you're surrounded by people who want more, and you're surrounded by people who want to live a healthy lifestyle. And the thing is, when you hang around with people like that, you become that next person, and it really rubs off on you. If I could give you a video shot of what I was like 6 years ago and compare it to now, you would be blown away. I was the most miserable, negative person ever, and the products and the business have transformed my life. So if you've been watching this and you're inspired, and you know, anybody can do this business, and I will say that it doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter what your current lifestyle is right now. If you've got a want to transform your life, then this business can absolutely do it for you. Same with the products. You know, you don't have to be on the products to start. You can get on the products once you start, and share your progress as you go along. But it really is that simple. We love a product and we share it, and we love a business and share that. So if you're interested in joining, or you want a little bit more information on the compensation plan, please feel free to drop us a message. Thank you so much for your time, Emma. Thank you so much for sharing about the products. And if you are interested, please make sure you get back to whoever added you onto this call. If you don't know who it was, or somebody just sent you a link, then let me know and I'll find out who it is for you. But have a wonderful day. Stay covered in the sunshine, girls, and enjoy it. So thank you.